Alright, it is another scrap run on Tuesday, and this is the last week I think I'm going to be able to do this in the evening without it being dark. So just checked a couple and no luck, but I'm going to run out to another area that I originally planned to go anyway and see what's out there. Alright, first one, and looks like I'm going to have to go digging. It's kind of dark, I got to get my light out. Alright, so I got some wire out of those two there, but not as much as I usually get, but it's something. And I always check these because I'm here, but I never find anything. Actually, there's some cords, so some illegal dumping. I can grab a few things out of there. And nothing worth picking through here, I don't think. So while I'm digging, I found this 1945 U.S. military canteen still with the cup. Got a couple of these. One of them's my grandfather's, but that's kind of a cool find. I'm definitely not scrapping that. Got some wire in there. I'm going to grab that basket for a recycling basket, and then I've got buckets, so if those don't have holes in it, go ahead and grab those as well. Never had luck in that one, and I still don't. That one's always empty. May as well stop checking that one. This one here is always full of, well, actually the same stuff, but I'm here. So, but yeah, nothing. That one had a motion sensor on. And this one, some illegal dumping. No, cornhole, but don't need that. And no metal, so, all right, I'm out. So I've been striking out left and right. I can't find anything. So the one that I really want to go to, there was a guy backed up to it, and he looked, there's nothing in that one, really suspicious. Man, I am striking out everywhere I go. And I mean, not even like potential stuff. I don't even know what was in those boxes, but they're empty. Yeah, they're all light. So, yeah, let's check one more over here and then move on from this area. And filters and a bag that I'm not going to go through. So, strike out number like 10 or 12 already. Alright, so my dumpster that I find the TVs and other things is this one here. So I've got some wire that I see, some shelving units I'm trying to get out, and whatever else I can find quick. So I gotta put the camera away and get moving. Alright, so now that I'm back, it wasn't a very fruitful run as far as the amount of stuff, but the things that I did pick up were kind of interesting. Struck out at a bunch more dumpsters. I was just kind of flying through them because my luck was definitely running out, so I didn't film a whole lot of that. But let me show you what I got. So this stuff here, I know it's returned, so I might just sell it as parts. I'm not sure. I picked it up anyway. But this is a Pure Air, and it is a wireless multimedia system. So there's got two of these with rabbit ears, and I'm not sure what the issue was, but I'll have to look them up on eBay, see if it's something that I can sell for parts or just something that I'm going to scrap out. I also got this high definition video stream input 7600 series embedded NVR HK Vision. So this is still in the wrapper, or it was returned in the wrapper, and that's what it looks like. So also another return, so I can't sell it as used. I wouldn't know how to test it, and all the parts are in here. I've already checked. So two things that I'll just look on eBay and see if it's something that's worth selling for parts. I don't know. But I also found these magnetic strips. I have no idea what they're for. The buckle on the end says Shark. So probably one on the floor somewhere, or maybe for a cordless vacuum system that runs around on the floor or something, a shark vacuum. I don't know, but it's really heavy. I can just throw them into shred steel. The magnets aren't strong enough that I can actually do anything with them. I'll see if I can use them around my shop, and if not, then they're just going to go into shred. Also found this old school little cassette voice recorder. I checked, and the batteries are really corroded, and so are the springs. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that running. It does have a tape inside of it, and there it is. So I was actually going to listen to it. But the best find, and this will pay for the trip itself, is this canteen that still has this, I think back then it was rabbit fur pouch that's in very good condition. There's no name on it. And the canteen says 1945 USAGM company. My grandfather had one just like this, and his name was on it, and I kept that. So I'm not going to keep this. In a previous life, I would have kept this because I did collect stuff like this. But in my new life, I don't want to have stuff around. Either it has to be able to be sold, it has to have use to me, or it's highly nostalgic. Other than that, everything else is just tools of what I keep, or things that are useful that I can actually use to save money by doing it myself with. But the cup actually says US 1918 BACO. So I know for World War II they reused some World War I stuff. Now that could just be the date that this cup was created, and then they just kept stamping them out and that date stayed on there. I don't know, I'm gonna have to do some research on it. But the whole thing as a set will definitely sell well on eBay. This stuff is pretty collectible. Like I said, it's something it's going to be hard to let go, but I don't want to have stuff when I die. I don't want people to worry about selling all my crap. They can just throw it all in the dumpster for all I care, and I don't want stuff like this to end up in the dumpster. So it'd be nice that if that goes to another collector, but I'll have to see what happens, but probably at least $10 to $20 on that. Also, this box I also got out of the dumpster that was in. It's not open. It just says fragile on it. Luckily, I opened a really heavy box that I came across because it was just books. And this one I knew wouldn't be books, so it is just, it's a panel. Yeah, security panel. Honeywell. Also came across this box, and whatever's in it is still unopened. And okay, so this actually says it did stop working, so that other Honeywell thing is probably stopped working as well. But this wasn't even open the one down there. I don't know. Yeah, so everything inside of it's already open, and it's got the battery pack, but just a door or a wall monitor. So I'll probably put that up in parts or scrap it out. Other than that, I did pick up some extra wires, which I'll show on the inlay here, and got, well, 2 pounds of cat wire and digital wire. And then in these buckets, they're all actually really good. I just need to wash them out. They're just kind of dirty. So 4 more buckets to do all my sorting with. That's it. I've got some metal in the back of the truck where I picked up these electronics. There were some shelves back there, so I threw them in the back of the truck. That was pretty much it. And I got to call another yard tomorrow and find out if I can get better prices. I am getting hosed big time by my scrap yard and the other scrap yards around here for electrical wire, with the copper prices being what they're being. I was watching Scrap and Pallet Man yesterday, and he's getting like 45 cents for his insulated wire, like regular house wire, and I'm getting 30 cents. And then cat wire should be way higher than what I'm getting, and I'm only getting 4.5 cents for shred, and that is absolutely ridiculous. And I think I'm just going to drive the long distance and go somewhere that pays better, just out of principle, because that's $90 a ton, and right now what Scrap and Pallet Man, and I know every state's different, every area is different, but he's getting like $130 a ton. But I mean, if that's what the prices are in the area and that's what people are willing to accept, then that's what they're going to do. So I'm just feeding into that by keep giving them my business. So I'm going to see if another place that's just a little bit further will do better. I know you can negotiate pricing, but starting at 4.5 cents it's still not going to get me much. And I don't bring enough in their area that I think they're really going to negotiate much. All right, so I stopped at my favorite open top. This is the next day, and found some good metal in here. So I'm gonna put the camera down. It's raining out, it's nasty, and I'm gonna load up as much as I possibly can here. All right, so I'm starting to get loaded up with the last open top that I stopped at that I couldn't stop at yesterday, and now this one. So I found a bunch of good parts from refrigerators and things like that. That chair, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but it was in good condition, so I took it. So I'm going to hit the next one and see if I can't continue a good Wednesday night. All right, so last night was a pretty decent haul. Got quite a bit of scrap to toss out and make it worth stopping at a scrapyard on my way to vote. So this was another panel that I found. I crushed the other two, just turned them in the shred. Thinking about just taking all the stuff out of them. This has junk in it, but actually wire that I can use in green boards. But I feel bad. I mean, they're really nice panels. Maybe I can flip them for a couple of dollars on Facebook or sell them at a flea market if I feel like stockpiling them. I'm not sure. It's just a waste for a nice panel like that to go in the shred pile. So then I found a bit more wire. I have more wire outside yet, and I found another pound of cat wire. This box was full of something I didn't know till I opened it up here, and I thought maybe that would be brass, but it's just aluminum, so I might break that down a little bit, see what I can get. I have a used old camera here. With all the stuff that I'm selling for parts only and actually getting some money for it, I might consider putting that up on eBay, even though it's obviously used. This panel, probably a return, but I just sold a red Honeywell panel, I think for $12 or $15 on eBay. It's nothing to ship these things, so it's worth posting it up there, so I might go ahead and do that. All right, so sorry about the wind noise, but we've got the edge of a tropical storm coming through here, and last night I found that chair, which I'm gonna break down. It's all aluminum. The seat's not that great. I also found this rug, outdoor rug. I thought it was new, but it actually isn't. So it's gonna go here in this area. This gets overgrown by weeds and I hate it. It drives me nuts. It's right near my sorting area. So this is my pallet spot. I built all of this out of pallet wood, and I built the overhang so that I could get to all my pallet wood when I wanted to build something without getting rained on like it is now. But it came in useful for my sorting buckets. I just hung all those up yesterday. I'm gonna mark these all on the outside, but you can see that I've got like brass there, dirty brass, aluminum, copper, and they stay out of the rain by being that high up on the roof, and they're out of my way. So in addition to what else I found, I did find a bunch of insulated wire. Found this rigid tool. I doubt it works, and I left it out in the rain last night. And then I'm gonna try to get the copper out of these. It looks pretty easy from what I see, but it'll be my first and maybe my only attempt to extract copper. But if I don't have anything else to do, then that might be kind of interesting. And I found all of this Nova Bond. I mean, like 24 of these things. I've got a gun that I can put one of these in and see if it actually squirts out or if they're old and dry, but I might list those on Facebook. And I think that's about it for out here. I found this radiator. It's all aluminum. It's pretty light, but I'm going to break off the wires and anything that would cause it to not be just straight aluminum. So I think these are some kind of server ladders of some sort, but they're all metal, they're black, and they're actually going to be incorporated into our bird feeder area that I built out of scrap and some sticks. And somehow, I don't know, make that work. My girlfriend really likes them, so we're trying to make this into a nice big bird feeder area where we can just watch the birds and the cats can watch them out of the window. So anyway, other than that, I found all of this metal in the open tops. All of those rails there I found in my last open top. I hit that pretty fast. I've been watching that open top for a while, but it's kind of out in the open. So I just spent about 5-10 minutes there, threw in all those rails. It's a landfill dumpster and all that stuff's just sitting on top. So the rest is just a couple of buckets of miscellaneous shred steel. So that's enough. I mean, I've probably got about maybe 300 pounds in the back here, but the scrapyard's on the way. So I may as well hit it on my way to do other errands and see what I get. But I will follow up with the prices.